Layouts, and today I am here with Follow a Sketch February. This is a month-long sketch series that Sandy puts on. I will definitely link her channel below. Here is the sketch that we are following for February 1st, and of course I'm going to turn it into a double page layout. I do have these papers here, and they are really old, and I do not have any embellishments for it, so let's see what I can find in my collection. I'm also going to pull out some brown cardstock. I am trying to use up some of my colored cardstock and not necessarily always use the white background. Plus, these colors are very not white. So I've got some creams and navies and some gold, but definitely no white in it. I am following the sketch pretty closely on the right-hand side of my layout. I have no idea why I'm trying to save this paper because I will probably not use it again, but you can see here that I did cut the blue paper in the back so that I can stretch it and not use as much paper. And then what I decided to do was go ahead and move the blue paper all the way over to the far left-hand side of the layout. And I love that like distress look on this paper where it looks like maybe some water got spilt on it or something like that, and underneath it is polka dots, and I just think that that looks awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere everything down. I do use my T-square ruler to make sure that I have those blue pieces of paper lined up properly, and then I'm going to add this gear paper right here in the center, and unfortunately I don't think I used enough of this paper. I really like the gear paper, and a lot of it gets covered up. You really don't even see the gears on it. So I am going to use fun foam on the two photos on the right hand side, and then I'm just going to lay the photo on the left down flat. And I did want to make sure that they were lined up, so I had equal amount of space at the top and bottom on that gear paper. I worked so hard on making sure that I had that paper cut correctly, and then when I cut it for the left-hand side, I cut it wrong. So I do end up covering up that little mistake at the end of the layout. I am just cutting out pieces, making sure that I'm able to span across the entire left side of the layout, and I am piecing these back together, so there will be that seam there, but I'm okay with that. It, again, is going to be covered up at the end. But I really wanted that like white color to show over there on the far left with the polka dots. And then I'm just going to add four 4x6 photos right to the left hand side. That is why I went ahead and cut it out, because I knew I was going to be covering it up. I pulled out my dies, and I thought that I would use stars because over there on the far right hand side it has hearts. But then when I was flipping through my dies, I remembered I had gears, and I thought that's perfect for this particular layout, because what they're doing is we're at the Science Center, and this is when we were in Chicago, and the boys are playing with the pulleys. So like you're supposed to sit on the chair and then pull yourself up, and each chair has a different weight to it, so the counterbalance on it. On the wall in the photos as well, you can see that there are like gears in the background, so I thought it was perfect. I pulled out 5 different gears and made sure that they were going in smaller sizes, just like the hearts do in the sketch. And I go ahead and lay those down on the far right hand side. Then I decided to cut a couple of more gears, and this time I stacked them 3 deep. So I made them look like they had more depth to them than just a single piece of cardstock. And I like the way that that looked. I got that idea from Nicole over at Collie Bean. She does that with her alphas. She calls them Dickers, DIY thickers. So I thought that would work really well for these gears, and I like that they have a little bit more dimension. So those are those 4 gears that are up there at the top of the layout. I went ahead and pulled out this star because I did want to bring in the stars, because I thought that that was a nice feature to have as well. And I didn't like the color of that craft star, so I went ahead and just used my ink and colored it a different color. All of these pieces I have pulled out from my stash, mainly from my blue color binder and my brown color binder, and I am adding just a couple of pieces. So over there on the far left I've added a star, and then I also have a cork piece that has an arrow on it that's in gold. And then over on the far right hand side I have a little gold tag there. I end up not putting anything on it. I think it looks fine just the way that it is. And I also added an arrow over there as well. And then up there in the top to complete my little triangle there, I've added a little tag as well as another arrow with the gold detail to it. And then also added one of the DIY thicker gear piece. And then I felt like my tag definitely needed some twine, so I go ahead and add the twine to the top of it. And I like to glue my twine down so that it stays in place. So I just put a little liquid glue on it and then put my block on top of it to have a little bit of weight. I go ahead and add these word stickers. Over on the far right, I have adventure, and then up there at the top, I put explore. And then over on the left, I have the word awesome. And then I pulled out these stickers from Tuesday Morning. I'm not even sure who makes them. They are super old because I bought them on clearance, so they are pretty old. And I just wrote out the word Pulleys. These stickers actually stuck down and started to peel apart when I pulled them back up. Like, I didn't even push them down, and they got stuck to the back of the layout. So that was fun trying to get those all worked up. Since I had the rope on my tag, I wanted to go ahead and add that piece into other parts of the layout as well. So over on the far left, I went ahead and tied it directly to the gear. And then the gears that I was using for the far right-hand side, it was too big. So I went ahead and just cut out a really small one and then tied the twine directly to that as well. So I am definitely going to link Sandy's channel below. I am so excited that she is having this Follow a Sketch February all month long. I doubt that I will be able to play along every day, but I am going to try my best. Here is where I try to cover up that little mistake that I made. I just used my border punch and made a really tiny, like it's less than 1/4 of an inch border there, and I'm just going to add that right to the layout. I'm trying to find a area that looks well because of the background piece. I didn't want a lot of the lines covering up because I have that 1/4 inch strip over there on the far left hand side. All right, everyone, here is my final layout as well as some close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this layout. Definitely check out Sandy's layout as well. I can't wait to see what she has come up for this sketch. And then I'm sure that she will also link all of the other people that are playing along. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.